You tell me ads aren't targeted. I've been buying a lot of hats lately, so I got my split screen with YouTube going on right here. Got a New Era hat ad playing. You tell me ads aren't targeted. But anyways, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate those of you that were hanging out waiting on the stream to start. For those of you watching the replay, definitely go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. So whenever we do these live chats, you can take part in them right along with us. So I forgot to have it ready and right here, but I am wearing the other Paris Corner Vibrant fragrance that I got the other day, Orange and Neroli. Now, this smells really good. It didn't like floor me with just how good it smells the way that Vetiver Delight did, but I mean, it's still really, really good. I definitely quite enjoy it. It's not as soapy white floral as you would think with Neroli even being in the name. It's definitely there. The color of the bottle is very fitting. It has a very almost like chalky orange type of smell to it. I can almost taste it. And I know that may sound off-putting, but it really works here. It's not just super juicy orange. It's bright, it's vibrant, it's got a little bit of like this zestiness to it without being like a super spicy orange. It's really nice. It's really nice. Working on a review for this one, probably out maybe beginning of next week. I'll probably have a review out on this one. I'll spend a little bit more time with it, but I'm digging it. Paris Corner Vibrant Vetiver. Orange and Neroli. It's good stuff. So let's see who's got what going here in the chat. Let's get caught up. Over here in Central Texas, bring on the fragrances. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we got a three-parter here from Matt, which I already read this while I was hanging out. And it's ironic because we'll get to it in a second, but he talks about this hat, not knowing I was going to be wearing this hat. It's kind of funny. So three-part message. First part, Scent of the Day is Essentiel Le Parfum, the Le Male Le Parfum clone, for those who didn't know. Wearing it 2 days in a row because I'm really digging this stuff. His hat of the day is a Rangers, I'm assuming Texas Rangers, faded blue denim with the faded red denim bill. I bet that's clean. I bet that's clean. Part two is my oldest daughter's 12th birthday. Happy birthday to your now 12-year-old daughter. That all-white Saints golfer hat is fire. See what I'm saying? Like he had no idea I was going to be wearing this unless he follows me on Instagram. That's the only place anybody would know I had this on today. Have you fully recovered from your accidental spray of dark orchid? Man, it smelled. Because for those of you that saw this morning's video, after I sprayed that, I did end up spraying Intense Cafe and what else? I sprayed one other thing. I don't remember, but I had to like fan the door. It was like overwhelming in here, guys, from just 3 sprays of 3 different fragrances. I'm not joking when I say those things are monstrosity performers. Like those of you that didn't see today's video, you really should. There's some candid clips and conversations and stories and stuff, and just a blooper that stayed in there because I totally did not mean to spray that because it's the strongest fragrance I own. But go watch the video for those of you that haven't seen it. But anyways, yeah, I recovered. That was late last night that happened. I was thinking about the notes and fragrances that got me into those notes. What are some fragrances that were catalysts sparking your love for intrigue for certain notes? For example, iris, incense, tobacco. So with iris specifically, it was Prodalome was my first dive into that, which isn't natural iris, but I really loved it. So I wanted to explore beyond. That's when I started getting into the Dior Homme line and then started venturing into niche irises, the actual natural Florentine Tuscan iris, stuff like that. And then as far as incense, I don't even remember. I do love incense. With tobacco, it was kind of a CK1 shock kind of thing. That's why I always tell everybody it's a great starter tobacco. Nothing challenging about CK1 shock. Great cheapie. Great question, too. Kevin, good to see you. Welcome. Hey, from Denmark. Scent of the day is Arso. Never tried that one. Glad to have you, though. Early today, food afternoon. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button. Scent of the day, Cedrapoise. I don't know what food afternoon. Oh, you meant good afternoon. Okay. Took me a second. I got it, but good to see you, Gary. Glad you're able to make it. Great scent of the day, by the way. Sean's in the house wearing a throwback Marc Jacobs Men. Who dat, baby? That's what I'm talking about, Nick. Hell yeah. So I ended up buying some more golfer hats. They're baseball ones. I saw this one seller on eBay because a lot of the teams I would have wanted for some of these badass the golfer model hats on lids, I was like, let me go see if they got some Braves ones on eBay because I didn't like the few Atlanta Braves ones they had. And there's this one seller that buys up for a few different teams all the stuff that's like currently going, and he sells it, and he turns around and tries to flip them for $100 a hat when the other teams you can get with like the 30% off code for like $22 and stuff. Like that dude's a dick. Screw that guy. I forgot. Again, awful 7, I think. You ever see him on eBay? Don't buy nothing from him. He's ripping people off. That dude's ridiculous. Like actively still for sale with discount codes and stuff, but he'll sell out the popular teams. He'll buy a bunch of the popular team and turn around and try to flip them for like more than triple the price. It's unbelievable. I can't stand sellers like that. But yeah, sorry for the tangent. I just saw that and I was like, man, that's sad. That's sad. That's sad. Let somebody that actually wants the hat buy the damn hat. Same thing with the fragrances. It goes for everything: shoes, clothing, whatever, Pokemon cards, you name it. There's people that do that. They don't even give a shit about what they're buying. They just want to rip people off and make a profit. Sin of the day, Coach Platinum. Good to see you, Josh. Hope all is well. Polo Blue Parfum. You smell fan-frickin-tastic. DJ Sense is in the house wearing Hawas. Excellent choice. You guys are smelling really good today. Y'all got some great scent choices. Now, here's one I've never tried. Good to see you, David. It has been a while. Aqua de Parma Colonia Ibano. I've never tried that. I'm not familiar with it at all. I have no clue what that scent profile is about. You have my curiosity. Lydia is in the house wearing Mal Music for a while. I've never heard of that one either. I'm no familiarity with that. Plenty of familiarity with this one, though. Griffin's wearing Happy Land Shameless, the freshest of the fresh from the house, the blue fragrance, if you will. Cheers, my frag brothers. I've been busy. Haven't been able to make live stream, but wearing Honor Man. Never tried that one. Honor Man, Memoir Man. That's two that are on the short list of I'd like to try that I've never sampled from the house. Donald's in the house wearing Polo Double Black. Early 2000s in a bottle right there. That's the scent of a moment in time. That's good stuff. I bought a bottle not that long ago, and I haven't reached for it pretty much since around the time I got it, but I'm glad I do have it. So when I want to like relive the early 2000s, you spray that and transports me. Rocha Salome, excellent choice. Cryptomint. I smell so good. I agree. You certainly do. You certainly do. What's good? Sin of the day, Mont Blanc Legend, EDT. Can't go wrong with the original. Sauvage Parfum Native. I mean, I feel like all of you are competing for who smells the best in this chat because you guys are killing it. You guys are killing it with your scent choices today. Jonathan, good to see you. Legend EDP. We got the follow-up to the EDT. That's my personal favorite. It's right there. I'm going to be wearing that here at some point within the next few weeks. No Sin of the day currently. We'll be rocking Bleu de Chanel Parfum for my birthday. Oh, it's your birthday, Ethan. Well, happy birthday. Everybody make sure to wish Ethan a happy birthday. A regular on the channel member, avid and loyal supporter. I hope you have a fantastic birthday, my man. Fougères Marine. Whew. Okay, there's going to be some bias here. You might be the best smelling person in the chat. There's some bias here because you're wearing Niche Tommy, basically, is what it is. It's Niche Tommy Hilfiger. You might be the best smelling person in the chat to me because of the nostalgia with Tommy. It's just so good. I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Anybody that likes Tommy, the original Tommy from Tommy Hilfiger, you need to try Fougères Marine. Oh, yeah. It's what you wish Tommy would be. I promise. Haven't put on anything yet. They might go put on Rainy Day by Derek Lam because it's raining in New Orleans. Well, it's been cloudy today. It hasn't rained. We had a cool front moving through, and then it rained a little bit the last 2 days. So, like, we didn't go to the beach yesterday. Normally, we go to the beach on Wednesdays. It's kind of our target day to go to the beach, and wasn't able to happen. Wife was pretty disappointed. Hope all is well. Sunday today, Bulgari Man Glacial Essence. This stuff is a banger. Underappreciated stuff. That's a good flanker. That's a damn good flanker. Easy going. Smells so good. Fahrenheit Le Parfum, one of my favorites. That's great stuff. I was checking the orders. Like I check my affiliate all the time with Fragrance Buy, right? I like to see what you guys are ordering. I'm just curious. And I saw somebody ordered Aqua Fahrenheit. I said, what the fuck? Excuse my language. Like they had that in stock. I immediately went look and it was sold out. So I was like, did they happen to like have a bottle and this person just luckily came across it? Because I had no clue. So apparently at least one bottle was randomly in stock with Fragrance Buy for Aqua Fahrenheit. I'd have snatched that up if it wasn't absurd. I don't even know what the hell it's sold. I mean, I knew I could see what it sells for in Canadian dollars and do the conversion, but I just like, holy shit, they got that. Let me go look. I was going to go buy it. I know they at least had one bottle. I thought that was strange, but you know, you have the ultimate version of the scent profile, in my opinion. Afternoon Ross wearing Supremacy Not Only Intense. Keep up the hard work. Brian, good to see you. You smell great, sir. Good day, everyone. Wearing Spice Bomb Night Vision EDT. So you're pretty good about wearing that one. You wear that one, shit, damn near once a week. I want to say I see you put that as your scent choice. Justin, give me a sec. I'll text him back after. Previous conversation, he just happened to text me while we're doing this. So, but yeah, me and you, the few, the proud, the enjoyers of Night Vision EDT. It's good stuff. Good to see you, my man. Gentlemen Only Fresh Citrus Minty Fresh discontinued. Yeah, I've never tried that one. Never tried that one. Christian is in the house. Good to see you. Wearing Love Triumphs Over War. I haven't even been able to make myself spend time with that one because I keep wanting to reach for Birth of Venus. I'm surprised how much Birth of Venus has been speaking to me. Anybody that, I mean, I know you've heard me say it, but anybody else here, if you want what I deem to be the freshie from Argos, you should really try Birth of Venus. You should really try it. I'm very impressed by that. I haven't even really spent time with what Christian's talking about because I keep going back to that one. I've worn it every couple of days. Every few days would be the better term. So good stuff. Good to see you, Christian. I hope you're having a great day. Good to see you. I think it was like the gateway drug for iris fragrances for me personally. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, it's what got me into an hour-long ad. Good Lord. You ever see those? Like there'll be like Jason Whitlock episodes or Skip Bayless's podcast, and that was some random ad, some cooking show. Like it's crazy that you can put like an hour-long video as an advertisement, as an ad break. It's wild. And if you don't know no better and you just got it rolling, it'll roll that ad forever. More power to them. But back to the question. I got sidetracked. You guys got to remember, I got StreamYard open here, and then right next to it, I got YouTube open, so I can have both platforms where this stream's going on available, just in case something comes up. That way I can keep my eye on everything. I've always done that. I just have it all on one monitor now. But yeah, it's incredible. If you like soapy and powdery, it does have a nice spiciness to it. It's underappreciated for how spicy that fragrance actually is. But it's good stuff. Super versatile. It's a happy fragrance. Lifts my mood. Lamal Elixir, just can't get enough of this stuff. It's in my opinion, one of the best designer releases of the year. So the title is just clever wordplay kind of thing to not just have random, Thursday live chat, Thursday fragrance talk. Just a regular, chopping it up with you guys kind of thing. Good to see you, Joel. That was an interesting looking bottle. I was able to catch your post to where I was actually able to like it today. It's a Gris Charnel EDP clone. Okay. Because, yeah, I saw the gray color to the juice, and that didn't pop in my head, Gris Charnel, but the bottle was kind of like, I couldn't figure out what the hell that was supposed to be because I didn't read the description. I just saw the picture. Scent of the day, Zaharoff Cologne Intense. That's another one that's underappreciated. The freshness to that, beautiful juicy lime, and then it settles into kind of this coniferous, slightly earthy, woodsy type of feel. The mastic really plays it wears many hats. That mastic note in there, it wears many hats to give off a few different nuances and accords. It's kind of impressive. I really think there's more than what they're telling us in that note breakdown. That's good stuff, though. Cheap, too. It's cheap now. Al Harriman Detour Noir, smelling like Leighton. Montal Musk Rose. You mean Rose's Musk? Because that's one of my wife's favorites. That's a beautiful fragrance. If you, I don't know if there's a Musk Rose named fragrance. I'm not familiar with it. But if you mean Rose's Musk, the pink bottle, yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful fresh rose. Barrett Fragrances Tranquil Tides. It's a Pacific Chill clone. Love watching from the UK wearing Royal Oud. Oh, yeah. Well, Keith, there's going to be some people that are a little envious that they're not wearing Royal Oud here in this chat because there's definitely, on a regular basis, some serious Creed Royal Oud love when we have some of these discussions in the live chat. So you, sir, smelling quite regal, luxurious, and high class. Glad to have you. L1212 Blanc. Oh, intense. So you can see right over my shoulder. I'm planning on wearing the Eau Fraiche tomorrow. It was a little cool today. I was debating on wearing something a little heavier, but kind of stuck with my guns on wearing something fresh. It's actually, the temperature was pretty chilly. It's been cloudy all day. Nice breeze. I definitely could have wore something heavier today and it wouldn't have been too much. It was actually prime weather. I do follow you on Instagram, but I haven't been on there today. Okay, so it was a great guess then, or just ironic that you talked about this hat and I happen to be wearing it today. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It's a crisp look. It's weird. It's relaxed fit and unstructured, but it's also a high A-frame, which I typically don't like the A-frame hats, but it's low crown, A-frame, unstructured. Like it's a combination of different hat styles, and that's why I like it so much. And then one of the things unique to the golfer is that inner visor. Just loving this hat. I got some tropical ones coming for the Dodgers and the Athletics, and have a Marlins one coming. So yeah, I was very much impressed by this hat. That's why that shorts video, you may have saw my shorts video on my other channel about it. So it came in. I got a bunch of hats that have come in that I haven't done videos on yet for the vlog channel. And I was just randomly trying this one on, and it sparked me to do that shorts video. And I was like, why did nobody tell me these were this awesome? The golfer models. This is my first golfer model from New Era, and it's incredible. They're relatively new model. I mean, it's an homage to old style hats. I get it, but I just never gave them the time of day. You know, they've been around for a few years now, but I never gave them the time of day. But the right hat came along. Dan, not the man, wearing Phantom Parfum. Good to see you. Jason, what's going on? Wearing Renaissance. Minty Citrus. I still need to get that. Keith, Royal Oud. I love it. See, I figure the Royal Oud love is about to start coming through here in the chat here in just a second. Howdy from Fort Worth, Texas. Wearing Grassland by Banana Republic. That's a great Green Irish Tweed clone. Hard to beat for the money. We'll be in and out preparing for work. Well, I'm just glad you're here, Joel. I appreciate any time you're able to come hang out. Chloe's still hungry. Indeed, I meant good, haha. Well, yeah, I figured. Sunday's Provolone for the office. Speaking of Provolone, going with Lattafa Sublime tonight when I go out to the bar later. That's going to spark some conversation because that fragrance is different. That is good different. That's going to spark some conversation. I'd be surprised if nobody says anything about your fragrance because it's strong too. I would be very surprised. Sabine Republic wearing Cedrat Boisé. Excellent choice. Ross Man wearing Nemean Lion. Haven't tried it yet. Electimus Trehan. Got a steal on Max Aroma. Hope it's a good one. I haven't tried it. I don't have a ton of experience with Electimus, but what I do have experience with, they make some interesting artwork because Oster is a beautiful like clove geranium, oud, stuff like that. It's like really like almost regal smelling. I really dig that one. It's situational. That's why you don't really see me talk about it much or wear it much, but I appreciate it. Same thing with Black Caviar. That's a slightly challenging fragrance. It's one of those fragrances that I can appreciate. I don't get the whole fish market thing because it's fish eggs. It's got a black caviar accord to it. I get it. But I actually get like this slightly bitter, somewhat nautical, but green and fresh, slightly spiced, herbal type of feel to it. Like it's very interesting. It's a conversation starter. It's not for everyone. Absolutely not for everyone. But I've heard they've got some much easier going fragrances. I just haven't tried them. I have some interesting ones from them so far. Ferragamo, you suggested to me and smelled it too similar to Dylan Blue for me to pull the trigger just yet. Maybe when I run on my bottle, opted for Halloween Man Hero. 10-4. Dior Homme 2020. It's actually right next to me. Hope everyone is well. Today's scent, Missoni Pour Homme. Smelling like Bleu de Chanel. Hell yeah. Aventus Cologne. Incredible, incredible fragrance. That dude selling hats on eBay is probably the same guy stealing fragrances out the gift sets at TJ Maxx. There's a possibility. There's a possibility. That dude, I was so disappointed when I saw that. Look, when something gets hard to find, it is what it is. But if you're just buying it up because you know people are going that's going to be the teams that are in demand, you dick. That's a dick move. and then putting the price out of reach to where you're the game in town. And if they want it, they're going to way overpay for it. I'm sorry, there's no hat on the planet that's worth $100. Not a hat that retails for 38. You know, not, and even one that retailed for 100 wouldn't be worth 100. So that's just ridiculous, man. The Boz has arrived. We're in Palace of Theme. That's a beautiful fragrance from Argos. My wife loves the hell out of that one. Ferragamo's signature. I'm assuming Womo's signature. But good to see you, Cliffy. Prodalome's my scent today. Haven't worn it in a few months. So there's a few people wearing Prodalome today. Is that the theme? I told you guys, if we're going to do a theme, let me know. I'll take part. I'll wear the same fragrance. We'll do a thing together. You know, this seems to happen in every chat. There'll be like 5 or 6 people that are wearing the same thing. And I say this every time, like, hey, if we're doing a theme, let me know. So I appreciate you guys. Miss Camuto Terra, dope hat, by the way. Thank you. I agree. Bono is awesome. I have 2 bottles. Yeah, I've never tried it. Coach Green. I haven't worn that one in a little while. Very easy going. Typical kind of stuff you would expect for them to put out in that line. I think it's a good release. It's not a great release, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. You just got to go into it not expecting unique. You know, it smells really good. AM's in the house. Mercedes-Benz Man Blue. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. It's right there. It's literally right next to Club Blue. Honor Man is truly one enticing fougere. One of the most enticing fougeres I've ever tried. It's a gem. It's Miyake Nuit Desi Parfum. Virgin Island water. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. See, I never say your name because I didn't know if it was supposed to be Anna or not. Because of the fonts, it looks like little small capital H's. And I didn't know if it was supposed to be Anna, but that's good to know. I'm glad Boz guessed correctly. So now I know your name is Anna. It's great to see you again, Anna. You have been a regular lately, and I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I love the bright colors, man. Another one of those souvenir shop. Like this came from Sensations instead of Alvin's Island. We've been hitting the souvenir. I mean, we had my parents in town, so we hit some of the souvenir shops like 2 weeks ago. And of course, I bought some stuff. They're cheap. Shirts, $5, $10, stuff like that. So I bought a few of them. I love a good sleeveless. You know. Ferragamo Womo Intense Leather for Spencer. Good to see you, Spencer. Just made my day. It's the same fresh DNA with a woody, spicy honey twist. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying what I had to say. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, and I'm glad you're here. Just glad, basically. Happy birthday to Ethan. Let's see. Have everybody's happy birthday. So I'm very far behind. So guys, I'm going to skip ahead now that I'm really seeing how far behind I am. So yeah, okay. Oh yeah, got me a bottle to only 75 ml. Had to rush. So you were in on it. If you use my affiliate link, you might be who I'm talking about. Like, I'm not going to do a screen share, but I'll say what else is in the order, and you tell me if that's you or not. Wrong link. Where is it at? It was last night, I believe. Is it this one? It is not this one. Not that one either. Which order was it? Not that one. Definitely not that one. Here we go. Cool Water Intense and Latafa Pride Al Qiam Gold. QIAM. Was that you, Lewis? Because Aqua Fahrenheit, which it was $189 Canadian, was the price they sold it for. Well, that was going rate for it anyways, through them. With Cool Water Intense and a Latafa Pride Al Qiam Gold. Quam Gold? I don't know how to say that. Let me know if that was you. I appreciate the support of using the affiliate link if it was you. Don't forget that thumbs up. That's what I'm talking about. We have 128 viewers and we have 62 likes. Absolutely abysmal. I know we're better than that as a group. There's a lot of great people here today, and I know we're better than that. Ryan Epps is in the house. Good to see you, my man. Let's see. Loam Ideal EDP. Smash the like button. Let them know, Adolfo. Let them know. I was at the gym again today. Feels slightly easier. It'll get better and better, boss. It'll get better and better. I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad you're just back working on your health. That's health is wealth, as the old saying goes, and it's very, very true. It's good for the body, the movement. It's not all about just trying to build muscle and stuff. functionality. None of us are getting younger. We're only aging by the moment, you know. So I'm proud of you, Boz. Indeed, very similar to Tommy, especially in the beginning, but dried out. No, yeah, the opening's where the similarity is greatest for sure. Oh, intense at raw. So Fragrance Fraternity found it for the same price too. So guys, check your Ross Dress for Lesses. This is now the second person in this live chat this week to say they found this year's release in the L1212 Blanc line. Oh, intense, which is a lot of orange and leather. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It may make the top 10 designer releases of the year for me at the end of the year because I got to reassess when the time comes for that video. I have to reassess because I still need to spend more time with it. That's why I'm wearing the O Fresh. I'm going to wear the O Intense as we move into the fall a bit more. But point being, it is a really good fragrance. I have a decant prior that Randy had sent me a while back when it first came out, long before I had a bottle. It's very good. It is well worth $39. And they're finding the 100 ml too. They're finding the big bottle. So if you were ever interested, check your Ross Dress for Less locations near you. You might have a come up waiting for you if you were interested in that fragrance, $39. Thanks for letting us know, Steve. So that's 2 people so far this week. Bria, great to see you. Happy belated birthday, by the way. I did see your post on IG. I think it was yesterday was your birthday. It was either yesterday or the day before. Happy belated birthday, by the way. Bentley Silver Lake, would you have any recommendations for a fresh citrus and mint? Depends on the price point. Because I would say Aqua Celestia Forte, lime and mint, beautiful. I would also say something if you want affordable, like Hugo Iced. Can't go wrong with that. Hugo Iced. So both sides of it. I need everything from Argos. Same. So I'm going to skip ahead. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's citruses and fruits with a little bit of chocolate and some fresh florals. It's not really all that creamy floral, a little bit, and they're not super powdery because there's a variety of florals in there, but it doesn't dominate the fragrance. And even with notes like peach and raspberry, it doesn't lean all that feminine. I think it's perfectly unisex. It's beautiful. I've worn it 2 or 3 times in the last 8 days, 9 days, something like that. It's great. It's great. Absolutely. I wasn't expecting it to be my favorite of the new releases that I've tried so far, and it absolutely is. Absolutely is. It's a beautiful fragrance. And me cracking up good vid, straight comedy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was all. Everything I do is off the cuff. I'm just going. I just press record. Like I told you guys many times, I have my topic. I press record. I start talking. That's the formula. It's been since the very first video. That's my formula. But I'm glad you enjoyed. Damn, smells good in the chat. Wearing Julian Mod. Nia, never tried that one. So, guys, I'm going to skip ahead a decent amount because I'm pretty far behind. Wow. I'm quite far behind. So I apologize for all the, comments and section that I have to skip ahead. But I was far behind. I'm sorry, guys. So let me scroll back up a little bit because I don't want to be too far ahead. So I'll catch up to right here because obviously I'm going to get behind more and more as I stop and catch different comments. But good to see you, Kyler. Germany, no masterpiece. Homage Black Iris. A different take on Iris. Indeed, it is. A lot of people really enjoy that. Bois de Yuzu from Karl Lagerfeld. Never tried it. Jacket Clubs from Fragrance World. The Fragrance World clone of Blue Electrique from Lanouit de L'Homme. Hi, I love your videos. Question, I've been working from home for the past 3 years. We're going back to the office soon. What's a good office fragrance? The obvious choice that people will tell you is Prada L'Homme, but I think Versace Pour Homme is even better for the office, honestly. Fragrances like Coach for Men, the original, I think is great for that. Something like Zaharoff Signature Royale. Not your average recommendation there. A beautiful blonde wood, slightly resinous with some citruses. A little creamy, underappreciated from Zaharoff. That's very underappreciated fragrance. The original Royale. And then let me think. So that's designer. That's a higher level. Something like Mancera Cedrat Boisé or Aquawood, honestly, from Mancera, I think would be even better option. Aquawood. That's just a few that come to mind immediately. Isimiaki Nuit Dissy. Walmart now carries Dossier. They have for a little while, actually. Have a great day. Yes, one was signature. Women really seem to like Palace Athene. I know Justin said his wife loves it too. Yeah, and Justin wears Palace Athene. Because we only had 30 mLs of the Parfum in the Palace Athene bottles, I don't steal any sprays from Heidi because, yeah, all of Argos's fragrances, even if they're marketed for women, they're really not super feminine, but obviously they lean feminine, but they're fruity florals. That's Heidi's favorite olfactive profile. So, you know, I told her we can share Birth of Venus. I have a big bottle of that. I said, but that one I like. I mean, she absolutely likes it, but I really like it for me. So I told her that bottle is going to stay in here. If you want to spray it, you got to come get it over here because she's got her collection in a different room. So, but yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with anything from Argos, man. Just calling it what it is. Definitely unisex. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of them are. Even the masculine fragrances aren't crazy masculine, but they lean masculine. See what I'm saying? Like everything he's put out walks the line and leans a little bit to one way or the other, not excessively. So yeah, you can't go wrong with anything Christian's made. Hopefully we get a good game tonight. Indeed. Indeed. It's only 2 nights, but I don't leave town often. My son says, Mom, do you really need all that for 3 days? Welcome. I'm totally with you. I pack way more fragrances than I need when I go anywhere. Anywhere. Because I have in my mind if I might want to do on-site content on top of all the things that I might want to wear, given all the different situations I'll be in. Eric's in the house. What's going on, my man? Blue de Chanel EDP, one of my favorite easy grabs. I think a lot of people would agree with you on that, my man. I'm like that too, because we're most of us are creatures of habit. I know I am. I like being in my routine. I don't like getting away from my routine too often. That's what it is for me. So I can totally relate to that, Lydia. Eric, how about them cow turds? Easy there, Giants fan. They just lost one game. I almost wore my Cowboy. I grabbed my Cowboys hat last night. Almost wore it today to mess with you guys. My Cowboys hat's like 11 years ago. It's one of the draft hats. I told you guys that story the other day. Forgot I had a Packers one like that too. Steelers, Raiders, Eagles, the Cowboys. Had a bunch. I have a bunch of that model from that year's draft. But yeah, I wouldn't. Don't go getting cocky there, Giants fan. Y'all are still going to finish last in the division. So I don't know if you answered this, but how much you pay for the Spice Bomb Fresh? So it was $89 plus 11 something shipping. After shipping and tax, it was $108.97. Because I said $108.72 at the end of the stream, but I looked after. It was $108.97 after tax, after shipping was what I paid for it. I think I'll layer Fierce with YEDP tomorrow for work. Sounds like you got your day planned. Nordstrom has Ferragamo Spicy Leather. That's the one I don't have that I need. I have Intense Leather. I have Bright Leather. Bright Leather's amazing, by the way. Intense Leather is really good, but Bright Leather is that jam. And I have a feeling Spicy Leather is going to be the best of the three. Evening all. We're a little late to the Angel Share game, but found an Islamic shop near me that sells clones. Tested Kamra and Zamaya Sharad blend on skin. Got Kamra, and the Zamaya wore off after 3 hours. Kamra, it's not the same fragrance. It's inspired by, I think is what we'll say, because it's much sweeter, not near as spicy. But it is beautiful if you like sweet fragrances. Kamra is amazing, but you gotta like really sweet because it's really sweet. Yeah, I was about to say, you mean Dedrick? Dedrick's in here? I probably skipped over it. So Dedrick, if you are in here, I hope I see a different comment because I had to skip so far ahead. So I apologize if I don't see you, my man. Let's see. Never go anywhere more than 2 weeks. Oh, dang. Didn't go through. I got the Carolina Herrera Amethyst. Okay, so it's a different order. But it crashed on me. Had to refresh and log back on. Does that when the quantity changes mid-transaction. Well, I literally just mentioned it. So that conveniently worked out that I just said, but I thought about Kamra. Thank you, Ross. I feel good about myself and my health will improve. I know. Yeah, you just got to stick with it. Don't overdo it early, though, Boz. Don't overdo it, man. You're eager. It's awesome that you're eager, but being eager when you start something, sometimes you overdo it and your body's not really ready for it and you'll pay for it after. So, I mean, I'm sure you already know this. Just in case, because that first 2 weeks can be so brutal if you overdo it. Thoughts on purchasing fragrances through Amazon? They have them. You just have to research the sellers, just like you would with eBay. It's the same situation. There's stuff that you can buy directly through Amazon. You're usually safe most of the time because you just got to look at the seller. It's sold by and distributed by. It'll have both. Just research the seller if it's not being sold by Amazon. Like I said, same thing you would do with eBay. Okay. Comes unreal. Word on my arms today. Pushed through my fleece. First day I wore it, and already somebody complimented it. It's addictive. Next haul, Ross, I got 3 more I want to take advantage of for the box day and Black Friday sale. So I actually have a video, the other part of the haul video. So I actually ordered 7 fragrances. One of them was for the member spins for Saturday, but I had 6 fragrances for myself. So I did 3 fragrance haul last week, and these other 3 I'm doing, that's for tomorrow because they have a special thing going. So that's gonna be my video for the month. I usually do a haul. This is my video for the month. I usually buy some fragrances, and they have some pretty cool offers going on aside from what you see already, but they have something going on tomorrow and a sweepstakes that runs all the way to January, which you guys will see the details tomorrow. I'm sure I'm not the only person doing that video, but you could at least see my video if you watch tomorrow's haul video, which I got 3 really good ones. And one that took some unfair shade, which I'll wait. We'll talk tomorrow. And one I'm super intrigued about. Just be on the lookout for tomorrow's haul video. We got 3 fragrances we're talking about. I've got a bunch of content on that, my man. Best freshies under $30. So based on your name, are you in the States? Because I'm not sure what the shops in your area are if you're out of the States. So that would dictate a lot, because what might be cheap for me in North America might not be cheap in other countries. So that's why I ask, if you're in the States, and I could think of several. If you don't mind, let me know. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what I think of in the States anyways. But fragrances like CK All, I absolutely adore. Citruses and florals with a little bit of woods. It's bright, fresh, invigorating, and still a little creamy without being like powdery floral. A lot of freesia. A lot of freesia that stands out in that one is the floral. Another one that comes to mind would be Missoni Wave when you can find it in stock. Basically affordable Chanel L'Homme Sport. It's basically what it is. I would say Salvatore Ferragamo Aqua Senzala Blue. Obviously, that's a more powdery blue, tonka bean powdery. A little bit of citrus, some lavender that's not super soapy, with a cypriol oil and woods that kind of provide this slight earthy, darker tones, very fresh, spicy blue. That's the first ones that come to mind. But as far as under 30 for the Ferragamo, you would have to get a smaller bottle. The 100 ml is like right around 40. Yeah, it was Sunday. So I know it was within the last few days. So happy belated birthday, Maria. Oh, definitely the EDP. I love that Tolu Balsam note. Makes it real creamy. Makes me like it more than Dior Intense. Burberry Hero. Eric the Grizzly. What a great name. DJ, what's going on? Issey Miyake Pour Homme. Hey, Ross, any recommendation for a fresh aquatic aromatic fougere? An aquatic that's also an aromatic fougere? Because it's 2 different fragrance types. But the closest thing that comes to mind is Kajal Masa, because it has that freshwater accord, but it's all about greens and woods. That's the only thing that really comes to mind. Because as far as something that's a true aromatic fougere profile plus being an aquatic, not a whole lot really comes to mind. I'm not saying there isn't anything. I just can't think of anything in the moment, because you're asking about 2 different fragrance types. May I travel to a friend? How's it going? LV Imagination. What's your favorite exclusive edition and why? I don't have any of them, so wrong person to ask. Sorry, man. That's not really an aquatic. That's an aromatic fougere, though. It's not really aquatic. It's great fragrance. It's not an aquatic. Toy Boy. The golfer silhouette reminds me of old veteran styles hat, and I'm a fan. Yeah, absolutely. With the big banner that says retired U.S. vet, Army vet, Marine vet, all that, I know exactly what you're talking about. And usually a lot of the golfers, like some of the ones I have coming, have the rope. like I said, it's a reimagining of an old style hat. You know, they've old becomes new again. That's, you know, trends come back to life. Think about this. 5-inch inseam shorts are a hot thing now. That was the 70s. You know, the 90s and 2000s were baggy. It's come back around. Bell bottoms. Shit, Jinko jeans are making a comeback from what I've seen on some posts. I don't have to worry about me catching that trend. I wasn't on the trend the first time, but I had a lot of friends that were, that I went to school with. But that's what I'm saying. Like, things just circle back. And that's basically what this is. It's an old style hat coming back in style. Man, Authenticity Barbershop. It's not aquatic, but if you want a really good fresh barbershop scent, that's a good one. 4 sprays of Hawass. Choked out a coworker. I did not think I was overdue, but man, that only lasts 30 minutes. It's been reformulated to death. What are you talking about? Like, these comments. I'm joking, obviously. These comments. Every time I talk about Hawass, it makes me not want to talk about Hawass anymore. The comments I get in the videos where I feature Hawass. All my friends confirmed it. Oh, my girl can't smell it, man. Stop. Ron, stop. That's where I'm at with it. Here's one for you. Because I sent this one to Justin. So if I just go to that conversation, I know the screenshot's right in yesterday. Here we go. My Rasasi Hawass bottle has a faint smell to it. It doesn't get the job done for me. I said, let me guess. 30 minutes? He said, you're exactly right. I stopped using it. So his reply is either he was dead serious and it's comical, or he's just fucking with me, because I said, let me guess, 30 minutes. He said, you're exactly right. I stopped using it. I don't know. But it's like, Jesus, I can't talk about Hawass because it's like the comment section ruins the fun on Hawass every single time. But yeah, that's my experience with Hawass, and everybody that I know personally that has Hawass, that's their experience too. Larry Asbury Jr. Aqua Wood is a great office scent. I have a tester and it's a great scent, and I agree. I have a tester as well. Mine came in a white tester box because I guess they stopped doing the full presentation with the big tester sticker on the box, because that's how they used to do their testers. I guess they don't do that anymore. Because last few that I got, it was in a white box, but really good stuff. Fresh pear, a little bit of citrus, smoky, has that incense note with some woods. It's a little aquatic. Very versatile fragrance. Beautiful stuff. That's why that came to mind. Like, honestly, I think that's an even better office scent than Cedrat Boise is. That's tough because honestly, I think Mossy Into Me, the women's version. But there's a few that I really like on her. Polo Big Pony number 2. Love. Beautiful cranberry vanilla. It's amazing. She has 2 bottles. Both of the Argos fragrances I was talking about earlier, Palace Athene and the Parfum, smell incredible on her. Roses Musk. Coach Floral Blush smells incredible on her. And, of course, Signature Rosé from Zaharoff. Might be my favorite because it's a sweet rose on her. It's incredible. There's a lot I like on her. I've said plenty. You just haven't been around to hear it, I guess. It's basically like a honeycomb draping honey over a cinnamon stick, settling down to a base of a light hazelnut feel with a very sticky amber. It's undernoted. I know that's not really a phrase, but I'm creating it right now for how much of an amber fragrance it actually is. It's not a full-fledged, like, delectable gourmand. It's got a lot of gourmand elements to it, but it's not necessarily just something I want to eat. The first rendition was a dessert. It was based off of a dessert. The final rendition, which is right here, is more about amber. Oh, God, it's so good, though. That honey, because it's an actual raw honey absolute. Like, there's actual honeycomb. Claude had sent George video footage of him pulling the honeycomb, like all just with the gloves on and everything, like dealing with the bees for how they extract, like what the raw material that they use to create the oil. I don't have the video. George has that video. That's up to him to release it, but like it's legit. Like this is one of the purest honey smells I've ever put my nose on. So yeah, and it's crazy strong. It's crazy, crazy powerful. Yeah, like on par, I would say close to the close to the performance. Maybe not quite as loud as Leather Tobacco, but it's close. It's close. It's going to be his second most powerful fragrance behind Leather Tobacco. Yeah, you can't make a fragrance with this type of composition with this breakdown and it not be loud. It's a loud ass fragrance. Hello from France. Good to see you. Bonjour. I feel Adonis Awakens one of the most masculine roses I've tried. I agree, but also women can wear it. Absolutely. I already discussed it, and we mentioned that the last time you asked a few minutes ago. We discussed it. You heard me. You heard it. We only need 14 more likes to hit 100. So, yeah, I'm a little ways behind. So you definitely heard it because I got 103 likes, what I'm showing right now. Legend EDP is really good. The greatness of fierce with a darker background. That's a great way to put that. I like the way you describe that. That's a great way to put it. So cheapy for me is sub $50 is how I put it. So I'm going to go based off of that. That's usually how it. Now with inflation, if inflation keeps going up, we might have to move that goalpost, unfortunately. I've debated on moving that goalpost this last year. I've tried to hold strong. I would say there's a few. Because one specifically would be Legend EDP that we were just talking about in the previous comment, because that is one of my favorites for the fall. I kind of only wear it in the fall. You have some freshness, this slightly metallic ozonic feel from Violet Leaf. And even though it doesn't list fruitiness like apple, I get this warm apple smell with that classic musky smell of fierce. It's just a better version. Like this previous comment was saying, the greatness of fierce with a darker background. I totally agree with that. Like I would say that's really one to check out because you can get 100 ml for under 50. You can get a 50 ml like I have for like $30-something. It performs pretty well. It's not a monster, but it's above average in longevity. It gets refined. It's not as youthful and playful as fierce. If you're maybe not a fan of like how juvenile or kiddie, teenager, fierce can come across to some guys. It's much more refined and matured. It's pretty good stuff, man. It really is. So that's hilarious. So George, I see on YouTube, I see the super chat because I'm not there yet on StreamYard. Let me know if you heard everything I just said about Aurum, because your timing's impeccable if you did hear everything that I literally two minutes ago just talked about Aurum. But I'll get to that super chat in a little bit. I appreciate you, George. Let's see. Cardinals aren't far off from being 3-0, which nobody expected. Nobody expected that. I haven't smelled it yet. I will own that at some point. That is a certainty. Women rave about Triumph of Bacchus in their reviews as well. Yeah, that's my stepdaughter's favorite fragrance. Yeah, she cherishes what's left in her 30 ml from what I understand. I have to get her a big bottle at some point. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Triumph of Bacchus is still my favorite from Argos. Just picked up a 30 ml of Zaharoff Chrome 10 minutes ago for the first time fresh. That is timeless, sir. It's absolutely timeless. Zaharoff Chrome, I do think it's still a good fragrance. Now, if you can find the intense, it's superior. It is boozy. Be mindful. It's got a brandy note. But it's so warm, spicy, and aromatic still. It still has that core DNA, just kind of modernized, a little boozy. But the original, you really can't go wrong with it. Oh, so you did see. Okay, I see your comment, George. Yeah, it's incredible. I think it's still a great fragrance. It's timeless. Don't let anybody talk you out of it because you can get it so cheap. And if you like traditional masculine, like aftershave, barbershop type of smells, spicy, aromatic, if you like that style, it's one of the greatest ever created. It's a staple in a lot of men's collections. I smell it all the time at my gym because the time of day I go is when a lot of the older gentlemen go to the gym. And you can't walk in that locker room without smelling Drakkar and Azaro. That's like the two things I smell almost every single freaking day. Yep. Wore hats about 10 years ago, but now I rock the bald look with pride. Funny how I looked weird with a hat now. You're just not used to seeing yourself with it. Never heard of the Giants. Isn't that a baseball team? Yeah, funny, Kyler. It is, and I got a confirmation. A friend sent me a text showing me an email that it is indeed discontinued. Now, don't take it to the bank because last time I got an email from an Armani rep, Profumo ended up staying around for 2 more years. So take that shit with a grain of salt. I'm not confirming anything. I'm just telling you funny enough that I saw that. So it is a really good fragrance. I have a 5-ounce bottle. I don't need to worry about ever running out of it, honestly. I do feel that the Most Wanted and the Most Wanted Parfum are superior. But if Wanted by Night speaks to you, this is one of those times when I would say sooner than later. If you don't have it yet, sooner than later. Because later, it'll be more expensive. What's wrong with you intensely is what I've heard that's discontinued. I can't confirm nothing there, but I've heard rumors of that being discontinued too. It's crazy. That's such a good one. Never tried it. That's a good one. Not sure if Dedrick's here, but if he's lurking. Did you call Eric Dedrick? Is that what that was? Did you mess up and call Eric Dedrick? I have a feeling that's what happened. 4, yeah, I've been overeager before, and it didn't do me good. Now I know I got to start slow. Yeah, with everything, you got to start slow. Moderation is key. Strong With You line overall is fantastic. Fall and winter parfum, let alone the compliments it collects. What's going on, D? Danielle, good to see you. From my understanding, Common is supposed to be a clone of the House of Oud Dates Delight. Thought it was Angel Share as well, but really wasn't getting that. But I've never tried that either. I mean, it relates to Angel Share, but again, like I was saying earlier, it's not the same fragrance. Feels inspired by. That's how I always took it. I still haven't tried it yet. I've heard so many mixed things about that. Legend Red, I still haven't tried either. Victor and Raw might call the Spice Bomb Blue that they better release. They will at some point. Other flankers are light-based, but Ultraviolet is taken. There you go. So, guys, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit because I did get pretty far behind. All it takes is for me to stop and answer a few, and I'll get behind pretty quick. So I apologize. I'm going to have to skip ahead a little bit. Let me pull that off. Scroll. I appreciate that, boss. Thank you, man. Scrolling. Wow, I'm way further behind than I thought. I'm just now getting to George's super chat. George, I appreciate the super chat. Huge fan of yours. What are your thoughts on Hawash? You're funny. Thank you for the super chat. Rotation table looks awfully unpredictable weather because that's kind of what it's been lately. That is definitely what it's been. Everybody's telling George hello. For winter, one of my favorites is Supremacy Incense. And see, I don't care for the original. That's why I've never gotten that one. I have most of the Supremacy line, but I don't have that one because I don't actually care for Interlude. Interlude is my least favorite of the 3 versions of Interlude. Black Iris, I think, is the best one. Interlude 53, I actually really appreciate, but not really the most wearable thing for me. I used to have a decan of it, a small 2 ml. But I just don't care for Interlude. It's something about that oregano note. It's not bad. It doesn't smell bad to me. It doesn't strike me as something I want to wear. Vintage Black. These are any for. Oh, so I must have skipped some other question. I did. Thank you, Ross. Hi, everyone. Much love to the room. Choco Loco. There you go, George. Now you need a chocolate gourmand is what's being asked. Michael Gassaway, my favorite IFBB Pro. Put a decent dent in the bottle. I'm glad they bumped the bottle size from 2 series. Let's see. I haven't tried any of the Mula Mulas. Choco Loco. Could be a thing, right? Could be a thing. Always nice to see you workout videos. Yeah, I shared the tire flipping video. I was impressed, George. I was impressed. Glenn's got you busting your ass out there. Bigger bottle. Long time. One of the best Iris frags ever. Noted. Go Birds. eBay Forever Lux has Wanted by Night for $58, and that's probably the best you're going to see it. Thanks for letting everybody know. And Forever Lux is a legit seller, guys. And you'll get it cheaper on their eBay store than you will from their website with the 20% discount code they give. So it is cheaper to buy from their eBay store, just to let you guys know. I've been buying from them for years. cheapie is $20. Teach their own. Everybody's got their price range. Forever, never, never. Citruses will sour. That's the only thing that'll really spoil if stored properly, especially if we're getting into something that's got some really good raw materials, some good quality oils. It'll never go bad. It'll never go bad. Even your citruses will hold. That's why there's a vintage community. There's a vintage community within the fragrance community that go after 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old bottles of fragrance, the citrus aromatics and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that factor in, but typically they don't really expire. Citruses will sour is about the only thing you really have to worry about. Exiting stage right. To hear correctly, there's a fragrance called Big Pony. Indeed there is. It's Big Pony collection from Ralph Lauren. Blessings to this group. Sending love always. No, I didn't call Ikram Dedrick. Just have a feeling Dedrick is lurking and he's just hiding. Or was that like typing Tourette's? Were you just like hoping he was there and he would say hello? Have a great eve wherever this finds you. Thanks for stopping by, George. Thank you for the super chat as well. So Fruity Seduction from Sammy Andrus is actually really good because I'm not a fan of Lost Cherry, but I do like that one. That's the only one I've ever really liked that I've tried. I don't even like actual Lost Cherry, which made me not want to try Cherry Smoke or Electric Cherry, which I know it's shame on me to judge the original that way and let it bleed to the flankers. I should give them a try, but there's only certain cherry fragrances I enjoy, which there are some, but that's not one of them. And Sammy's version I've always found to be the one that I enjoy. You know, I actually have 2 bottles of it. I haven't worn it in a while, but Fruity Seduction from Sammy Andrus Fragrances. So I have another channel called TLTG Vlogs that I try to advertise all the time because it cracks me up that this channel is almost at 100,000, but that one's only at 3,000. So like nobody ever hears me talk about it. So that's kind of a different hobby channel. There's fitness content, there's hat content, there's shoe content, there's random vlogs, there's electronics reviews, there's gaming videos, there's thrifting videos. So because it's not one niche, it's harder for it to grow. It's hard to get it in favor with any of the algorithms that fit for any of the different types of videos. But that's where I put all my other content because I did some training shoe reviews on here, and I dipped my toe in some of the fitness content a while back here. And there was enough people that wanted me to keep doing it, so I moved it to the other channel. So TLTG Vlogs. Never tried it. I have never tried it. Yeah, we got a pretty good crowd. We'll hang out. We're about to hit an hour. We got 152 watching. I'll keep going for a little bit longer. Lately, the streams have been going a little over an hour. Russell Raymond. On which occasions do you wear Gem Reserve Privé? So I don't have a bottle because having that with Boisé and EDP is too redundant because it's basically those 2 plus booze is basically what it is. It is better of the 3. It's the best one. If you're only going to have one, Reserve Privé is the one. But I did have a decant. But that one's more evening appropriate, I find. I would like to wear, that's more of a dinner scent, I think. Cooler weather overall, but I mean, indoors is indoors. It doesn't really matter if you're in a climate controlled environment, but more evenings out is pretty much what I would wear it for. Not really. My wife does have some, what the hell are they called? Diffusers that smell like Baccarat Rouge in her bathroom. And so every time I go in her bathroom, I just smell Baccarat Rouge, and it's beautiful. So that outside of that, no. I mean, we have some candles, but I don't really burn them all that much. But yeah, she's got a Baccarat Rouge 540 diffuser. It smells really good. George is like a god. I just mentioned him, and there he is immediately. He's like Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times, and poof, here he comes. Reviews of Absolute Ventus has been less than favorable. I figured. I haven't heard good things, but I also haven't been watching videos. I've just been going off stuff people have told me in the chat or privately messaged me. Giants are fiction. Eagles are the real mascot of America. That sounds like a fan that's living in a fantasy world. Just because they're really good doesn't mean they're the mascot of America. Come on now. Howdy peeps, glad to catch live. Wearing Rasasi Hawass. Still going strong. You know why? because it's a beastly fragrance, no matter which batch you have, no matter what hue your juice color is. It's a beast. You smell great, sir. Come to think of it, there have been many chocolate-based fragrances. They have their share. Chocolate Greedy from Montal is probably the most famous. There you go. Just like Cocoa Puffs. Literally the next comment. If you don't have Zaharoff to back, now it's the autumn. You need a bottle now. You can thank me by telling me how right I was. You won't hear an argument from me because it is ideal. Super versatile for this, especially spring and fall. I love Forever Lux. Yeah, I bought a ton of stuff from them over the years. I probably did because I had to skip a lot of stuff. So give it another go. I apologize, but when I get so far behind like that, I have to skip ahead because I could either be quick and not really give my full thoughts on something when answering a question, or like it's one of those deals where I'm just gonna miss it, or I give you my full thoughts and I'm gonna miss it. It's just what it comes down to. But if I was quicker about it, I wouldn't really tell you everything I have to say, but I'd still get behind, and it's the inevitable. I'd still have to skip at some point. So it's kind of a lose-lose when it comes to skipping. So I apologize that I missed your longer message that you typed out. I don't know if you can like copy it and paste it and do it again, because I have no idea how far back it is. I have no idea. Just scroll up a little bit. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, it's a little ways behind. I'm sorry, man. I apologize. Something called Chocolate Makes Me Happy. Yeah, that's another one that's pretty popular. Let's go down. Word to the wise, I get more compliments with Nautical Voyage than I ever have wearing Sauvage Elixir. Sometimes the cheapies just do the trick just right. You never know what's going to pull a compliment, man. You never know. It's not about price. It's who you're around, what kind of mood you're in. There's so many factors. I have a 10 ml, but I think it will last me all of fall and winter. Leather tobacco, yeah, that's a lot. 10 ml is a lot for that fragrance because you don't need to spray much. Vintage green layered with Neroli woods. Interesting combo. Don't forget TLTG podcast has 3 videos. Yeah. It's hard to put more content on a third channel because it's hard enough to do content for a second channel when you do as much content on this channel as I do. So that's the thing. It's difficult, you know. I'm really bummed that Unique doesn't ship to my country. So want to try their stuff because some of my favorite reviewers have been very complimentary of some of their stuff. You find Bijan Men similar to Roja's Fetish. I've never tried it. That's the thing. I've never tried it. I don't have a lot of it. I've only smelled Fetish one time with Justin too. But yeah, I don't have any experience with it, so I'm not sure. I haven't smelled it. That's one of the ones that's more versatile, if I remember correctly. That's a little easier going to wear. I haven't tried it yet. I have not tried it. Hello, Ross, to you and your family. Hope you're well. Wearing the tux. Fuzzman, good to see you. Got them asked about this guy. Told me we'll soon start shipping soon. Some countries in Europe, but only a few. Sorry, my man. Uh-oh, the Bane has arrived. We haven't seen him in a little while, guys. Here we go. 2 comments later. An eagle defines freedom, Ross. Doesn't mean it's the mascot. Okay? It's not a bald eagle. You're eagles. They're not bald eagles. Right? They're not called the bald eagles. So I don't want to hear it, Josh. I don't want to hear it. And here we go. Let's get to the Bane's thought-provoking question as he likes to do it. I was wondering why these live streams have been going smooth. The Bane hasn't been around in a while. What's the most sensible thing you've ever heard someone say? See, he asks questions that force you to stop and think about them to try to come up with a legitimate answer. That's a hard-ass question, Bane, to really think back. Because whatever I do recollect is probably not going to be the most sensible thing I've ever heard someone say. It's just the one that I can think of in the moment. That's reality of what's about to happen. Shit. Thanks, Bane. Glad to have you back. I'm not going to act like you don't hit good questions. They require some thought. That's not great in what tries to be a rapid fire type of thing. Why am I drawing a blank? Because it's hard to really, because there's just so much that it could be. What I'm about to say is going to be the most sensible thing you've ever heard. Absolutely. That is such a steal at that price. Elysium Parfum Cologne for $165. Yeah, that's a steal. I've never heard of a brand new bottle going for that. Yeah, absolutely, Jason. But back to Bane. That's such a tough question. I want to give it an answer. I just have to really think back to what could be a good one, a really good one to provide. I don't know. I got nothing. Man. That's something that's not really, because the longer I sit here and try to think, the further and further back we get on these comments. I apologize, man. I got nothing. It's hard to really think of anything in the moment. Give it a few more seconds of thought. Let me see if I have a good one to pop in my head. I got nothing, Bane. I don't know what to tell you, man. $8. I got it. I never cared for it. I've tried to like it. None. None, because I just don't, man. I don't. Never thought I'd see a Sean Payton team place. Yeah, it's, oh God, they got destroyed. Glad I started Raheem Mostert. Oh man. $50 AED. Khaled Hi Ross, got myself Tonka Cola and YSL Wila Parfum today. Did you do a review on Bulgari, the gym line? No, I haven't. The only one I've tried is Tigar, and it's such a juicy, spicy citrus. It's beautiful. It's so good. Yeah, there's a bunch of great clones out there, but none of them touch the real deal, in my opinion. I have a carded sample that On Average Joe sent me a while back. Outside of that one, I haven't tried any of the others in the line, unfortunately. I appreciate the super chat. I'm sorry I don't have more to add to it. I just haven't tried them. I just haven't gotten my nose on them. Just subscribe to TLTG Vlogs. Appreciate that. Last couple of videos have been hats. Next couple of videos are going to be hats, but I got 2 of the first 3 weeks of the season. We did a Sunday fantasy football stream for the first set of noon games, and I need to do a new workout vlog. It's been a while. We did a day in the life vlog on there. Like there's a variety of content on there, different content, but I appreciate that. Scrolling down, Signature Tobacco has a chocolatey nuance to it. Maybe on you. I don't really get all that. I don't really get chocolatey. Why do I hate 540? I don't know. Why do you? I love Baccarat Rouge 540. Speaking of tobacco, you know what's good if you like green shaving foam? It's like slightly lighter version of Quorum tobacco shaving foam. Definitely worth the $8. Like the brand tobacco, right? Massive Zaharoff drop right now in Fragrance Buy. I'm going to wait till tomorrow after you vid to place an order. Hopefully Torino 21 is still there. They've been stocking it pretty regularly. It's not out of stock too often, honestly. But I mean, if you want to go ahead and jump on something now, I mean, do what you got to do, you know. It's designers that we're talking about tomorrow. I know 2 of them for sure. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, it's all 3 designers. A Guerlain, a Lacoste, and a Boss bottled flanker. I won't say which ones, but yeah, I got a Guerlain, a Lacoste, and a Boss bottled flanker that I've been wanting to grab. So it's all good stuff. And 2 of the 3 I've tried. 2 of the 3 are not blind buys. I'll give you one of them. I finally got Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme. I finally bought a bottle. That's the Guerlain that I bought. But I'll leave you guys to guess what the others are. But yeah, that's what the 3 are going to be for tomorrow. But I mean, if you got stuff you want to do, man, don't run the risk of missing out on something you want to really buy over me. You know, I appreciate that, but yeah, do what you got to do. Effla Parfum from Fragrance World from your recommendation, but my Cinnaday Boss Bottle EDP date night was Mercedes-Benz Club Black. We got quite the variety there. Effla Parfum, some good stuff though, man. I think that's my favorite Fragrance World fragrance that I've tried so far. I mean, the Le Male Parfum clone's phenomenal. I even gave it a higher grade because of how close it is to Le Male Parfum. But Effla Parfum, I mean, it's Wile Parfum. Love Wile Parfum. It's a beautiful blue fragrance. So, you think darkness is in your alley? Can you elaborate a little bit more? This is how I do it. Yeah, I mean, like it's hard to come up with a good answer because I can't think. Like, I want to give you a good enough answer, but I was literally drawing a blank. Like, there's so many that it could be that it kind of made me scatterbrain to actually find something to come up with. Damn it, Bane. Kudos. Way to make an entrance back into the streams. Walmart can get you for $60. Kind of steep. Well, it's from what I've heard, that's been discontinued. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, it's not. You're not going to find it for $35 anymore. It's been a long time since it's been around for that price, as far as I know. So that might be the best you're going to get. It's still below retail. Well below retail. Not about you, David. It's about me. Torino 21 is in stock. Indeed, they're pretty good about keeping it in stock. Love me or hate me, you're still going to pay to watch me. If it seems too good to be true, that's because it probably is. So everybody's answering it, Boz. I mean, Bane. There you go. Sorry, Boz. But there you go, Bane. I just dropped $900 and now Torino's in stock. Man, you don't want to know how much money I've spent in the last couple of months. Shit, this year. Not just the last couple of months, this year. Between fragrances, stuff for this room, hats. I spent a lot of money on hats the last 2 months. Not most people would think it's a lot of money. For me, it's like the norm because this is the time of year that I buy hats. But when I first got vintage green, I liked it. Wore it yesterday. Couldn't wait to get it off. So weird. That is kind of strange. Most sensible thing I heard, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so maybe you should listen twice as much as you talk. End quote, Paul Wall. How can you expect to soar with eagles if you hang with chickens? There's a Joel Osteen one for you from a Slim Thug song. So that's a good one. How can you expect to soar with eagles when you're hanging with chickens? That's not exactly verbatim, but that is the minus a few words of the quote. And that's a damn good one. That's a damn good one. So you guys getting it going, I guess, pulled one out of me. So yeah, that's great. She doesn't pepper spray you. The date went well. Wow. Yeah, there you go. Which one is better? Well, better is subjective because they're so different. Do you want one that smells like pineapple upside down cake, or do you want one that smells like fruit Hawaiian punch? That's the question you have to answer. You have to answer. I got both. I love both. I just gave you a very sensible one. Very sensible. Let me pretend to be someone else. The harder it becomes to break the lie. It's a good one. Love the Lord with all your heart. Indeed. Spencer, why would you tell everybody your order number? Delete that comment. Let me pull this off. Delete that comment, dummy. I know you're excited, Spencer. Let me pull it up. Let me delete it for you. People on the internet are hateful sons of bitches, Spencer. Don't put any order numbers on the internet, dude. Do yourself a favor. I care. That's why I'm telling you that and deleting that comment. I care. You ever purchase old Pro Model Diamond Era? I got a few. I got a Florida Marlins one, actually. The teal crown black bill, and it's a high crown. It's funny that you ask. Proceed on the assumption that you like the early 90s or before. Yeah. Very much. Very much. Yep. Don't start the fragrance rabbit hole. Joining late, Mueller Pure Havana. Excellent choice. Use 15% code from Nemi and Lion Marcus. Oh, from Nemi and Marcus and purchased Altair. I've been told that Altair is wrong. Altair just came in today. So good. I haven't got my nose on it yet. I will at some point, sooner than later. Rick's in the house. Boss Bottle Elixir is blurring the lines between niche and designer. It's definitely one of the best releases of the year. It's a beautiful incense fragrance. Patchouli, not too spicy. I wish people would stop comparing it to Sauvage Elixir. They're not the same fragrance, people. There's a very faint similarity. It's because they're dark and spicy. That's the only tie-in. They're not the same. But yeah, it's incredible. I'm with you, Rick. It is a phenomenal fragrance. They did so good. That's in stock with Fragrance Buys, like 110 for 100 ml. They already got it. It's phenomenal. It's one of the best releases of the year, not just designer. Yeah, you gotta be ready with them. That's a place that you want to be on their email list for when they drop stock on something, because at least once a week they restock on some things. It does kick ass. I agree. Cool Water Parfum. That's another one that kicks ass. Don't say nothing, Jill. I need to spend any more this week. Absolute fire. I haven't tried it. I've heard good things. Yeah, they're pretty good about keeping Tony Iommi in stock as well. Unique, versatile, cheap fragrance. There's not really all that many. Because normally your versatile, cheap fragrances are copying something else, whether it's a designer, a Middle Eastern fragrance, or whatever. So that's difficult to answer because I don't know what you have already. Because unique to you might not be unique to the masses, but it might be unique in your area. So it's actually a very loaded question. Believe it or not, it's not the easiest one to answer because I don't want to just give you some generic ass answer. So that's the thing. You know about a fragrance called Gravité. Well, yeah, you can find a fragrance review on it. You just didn't search TLTG Gravité because I did a review on it. It doesn't perform the way they advertise. It's a decent performer, but it's very fresh, metallic. It's almost like a more green Sauvage in many ways. It's made for the masses. It's not for enthusiasts and collectors. They'll scoff at it like they did with Blue Atlas, but people that just want a nice mass appealing fragrance, it is that. It is a nice mass appealing fragrance. Yeah, I did a full review on it last year. Yeah. Anytime you guys are curious, TLTG, name of fragrance. TLTG, name of topic. That's all you got to put in the search bar. And it will come up. Got over 2,300 videos, guys. No, Soar with Eagles. I'm not going to play it because I'm going to get a copyright strike. But yeah. How do you expect to soar with eagles? Not with crows. Why would you want to soar with crows? Crows are scavenger birds. Oh, no, it was chickens. I read that wrong. But no, it was with chickens. It was chickens. Listen to it. Go listen to it. Because I can't. I'll get a copyright strike. Coming soon. I need to spend some more time with it. I've only done one spray on a first impressions. I have to spend more time with it to really give some thoughts. Come on, Spencer. Waiting for Altair to come back in stock on Fragrance Buy. They did have it for a brief moment. They did. Oh, wow. That sucks. Number of videos of my channel is currently. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all on these 666s. Y'all better stop that shit. Excellent scent of the day choice, Max. Mustard squirrels in the house. What's going on, man? Not really. I mean, somewhat, but it's not creamy. It's got a fresh spiciness to it. The suede is a little fuzzy, somewhat buttery, but a little fuzzy, scratchy type of suede. But it's got a fresh spiciness to it in the top. That's the thing that separates it from. It's in the same family of all of those, but that's where it differs. Is it's more fresh, spicy. Lamborghini Millennials with the yellow juice. I'd like to know your thoughts on it. I'll keep that in mind. Trees don't hang around the grass, even though They started in the same place. I saw that one on I want to say on TikTok the other day. So I saw somebody say that. Bond number 9. I love New York for all. Black Bottle. Been packing up trades all afternoon. 7 packages. 22 bottles. I've been a busy boy. Indeed you have, Raph. Indeed you have. Buying these old fitted hats is tricky. The sizing inconsistencies suck. Yes, they do. Found a mint with tags. 91 Minnesota Twins. Ooh. Was excited for it to arrive, then bummed to find out it was an 1/8 of a size too small. So you can always get the hat stretcher. Get the hat stretcher, crank it snug. I don't know if you have a tea kettle. Get a tea kettle, get you some steam going. Go, let the steam roll around the band, and then you crank it tight a little bit more. Let the steam, so that's going to loosen up the material so you can stretch it. And then you just stretch it a little bit more, and you just leave that son of a bitch sitting on the counter somewhere for a couple hours. Let it dry, or like do it at night and check it the next morning and take it off. Now, don't get me wrong, it's gonna fit your hat more, because it's gonna make it, instead of being round, it's gonna be more oblong like this, and it's gonna slightly bend your bill. So keep that in mind. But you will get a more custom fit out of it, because I have the hat jack is what it's called, because that I run into that, and I hate that shit too. Because certain 7s fit snug, certain 7s fit closer to a 7 1/8. Certain 7 1/8s are huge. I got some hats in recently that are huge. And they're 7 1/8. I always buy 7 1/8. I used to buy 7s, and I got tired of stretching every other hat, because certain 7s are the absolute perfect fit. But it's hard to find that 7 every time. Point being, so get a hat jack. You can get them from Hat Club, Lids sells them, Fanatics, Fans Ed, you name it. They got them. It's a godsend for situations like that. But get yourself a tea kettle for $10-15. Get you a nice aluminum stainless steel one or something, and that's what you need. You don't want to just do it dry, because you'll start popping stitches and shit. Whereas you got to heat up and moisten the material. That's what the tea kettle's for, with some steam. It's the way to do it. And I do it on the inside too, because with the hat jack, it's a bar. You're cranking it on both ends, and it's spreading it apart, so you can actually hold it, and you can just rotate around with the steam. And you don't have to let it whistle. You can pop the cap to where it's just open and steam's coming out, and do it that way. Little tip for you in case you didn't know about that. So I'm pretty far behind. I got to skip ahead. All 3 of them are actually really good, Bane. Game On, I think, is my favorite, because it smells like a more fruity, stronger with you. I've been talking about that one lately. I think that's my favorite one. It absolutely is there, Jimmy. It absolutely is there. So, guys, we're almost at an hour and a half. We'll get to an hour and a half and do a hard stop like we did last time. Got to leave again. See you all again next time. Hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you, Joel. Hope you have a great evening, man. C Curve? Oh, Liz Claiborne Curve. It's timeless. It's nothing special. That's the kind of fragrance that, like, let's say you have a son. Let's say when you have, because you're a young man, I don't think you have any kids. Let's say when you get to that point, you're probably still going to be in the fragrances. This isn't something you just grow out of when you review them on YouTube now. You're not getting away from fragrances anytime soon, if at all. Point being, when you have your son, he's going to understand what dad's into, and he's going to want to be into what dad's into. You know how it is when you're a kid. So that's a great fragrance to start your kid with. Doesn't perform real well. It's easy going. He's going to love the way it smells. It's a great starter fragrance. It's great to get a young man. That's how I look at it. It's how I've always viewed it. Fragrances like that. Chrome, I've always viewed that way. I think Chrome's great for that. Another one, Nautical Voyage, obviously, stuff like that. That's where I think they all fall into that starter fragrance category. Like, if your kid really wants something, you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you also don't want to just buy him like a Spider-Man fragrance or some shit like that. Something like Curve, I think, is the way to go. I still, on a rare occasion, enjoy wearing it myself. I have a bottle for nostalgia's sake, but I don't really reach for it. But that's what I would say. Well, that's what I did say, actually. Get ready for the Packer game. Yeah, it's like I said, it's just about time. We got 5 more minutes and we're going to shut it down. Yo quiero Taco Bell, or whatever the hell that says. Could just be me, but Gucci Elixir reminds me of Armani Code Absolute. I have all the. Oh God, I hope that's not what it smells like, because Armani Code Absolute is my least favorite. Cam Newton, there he is. So you spoke him into existence, Kyler. Kyler was randomly saying your name earlier, and I've been giving him a hard time about it. He said he assumed you were lurking. I think he was just covering his ass, because I'm pretty sure with all the shit he's talked on the Sports Desk podcast, you probably have him banned at this point. I mean, not the Sports Desk podcast, the Jaguars fans podcast, the Jaguar fan podcast. Yeah, you need to rename it. Especially if you have your boy on all the time. Move the chains. It's the Jaguar fans podcast. Let's be honest here, Dedrick. Stopping through to show love, Gucci Pour on Motor Parfum. Anybody that hasn't seen the Sports Desk podcast on YouTube, I know I got some football fans in here. We've been talking football randomly throughout. Go subscribe to the Sports Desk podcast. It's Dedrick's internet football show. Passionate football conversation, especially if you're a Jaguars fan. But passionate football conversation, current events in sports, not just football, but football has kind of been the epicenter because we're in football season. But go to the Sports Desk podcast, guys. In fact, let me put a link in the chat to help you guys out. There we go. The Sports Desk podcast. You'll see me randomly in the live chats from time to time. It's all live streams, by the way. So if you go to videos, there's no videos, but copy. And we're going to put that in the chat. Go, all you football fans, all you sports fans. It's one thing to enjoy Dedrick's fragrance content, but you really want to see the conversation go off the wall with some real passion and hollering and arguing with each other and what the hell are you talking about type of stuff. A real sports talk show. Sports Desk podcast. It's in the chat. 718s are huge. I've been 7 3/4 since middle school. 718s are not huge. Oh, you mean as far as popularity? Yes. 7, 7 1/8, and 7 1/4. Usually the first sizes to sell out. That's usually the first to go. The lurker's here. Yeah. According to Kyler, he was lurking the whole time. I think Kyler was having some typing Tourette's going on personally. I think he called Eric Dedrick. I really think that's what it was. Nautical Voyage. Looking forward to seeing Miss Heather again. Gucci Goo. Get him, boss. Found the first bottle. My wife absolutely hates Gallagher fragrances, Rose Noir. I absolutely love the rose leather and apple, crisp notes and accords. But my wife says it smells like flat Bud Light. Oof. Damn. Could she insult it anymore? Damn. That was just mean. That was just mean. Mustard Squirrel with the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, my man. Appreciate your hard work and knowledge. I appreciate you guys being here. I like to cut loose in these chats with you guys. Sonder, that was a scrubber for me. My first scrubber ever. Can't wait. So apparently women do not like that fragrance. Gallagher Rose Noir. I did not know that. I'll try the Hat Jack. Good thing I mentioned it. I was about to pack up and send it to my... No. Look, if it's just a little snug where it would create a headache and you just frustrated, like, damn it, I can't wear this for more than like 10 seconds. That kind of tight where you can squeeze it on your head. But boy, if you could stretch it out at least a 16th or an 8th, if you could really get an 8th, and you can. So these Hat Jacks, you can do like a quarter size without damaging the hat. Without damaging the hat. You can do up to a quarter size. They have different Hat Jacks for different size ranges. But just Google it, the Hat Jack. There are a bunch of places that sell it. Get you one. And buy yourself a tea kettle if you don't have one. You're going to need that. That's something they won't tell you. You need a tea kettle too. That's the way to do it, my man. There you go. We're huge in 2003. Yes, they were. My kid is 1 and constantly asks me to smell my collection. It's getting out of hand. Wants to know what kids look up to, sons look up to their fathers. That's just what it is. That's just how it works, man. Deadrick's Union is having a fragrance live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern time today. Really? So in a little while, because it's 4:30 Central now, so that's in a half an hour, which I'm shutting it down, right now. I'm getting to the bottom right now, and I'm going to shut it down. Scroll down, yeah. Banned. Yeah, Kyler's banned. Kyler doesn't talk enough shit in that chat to where he at least gets said that he's getting banned. I don't know if he's actually banned. Thank you, my man. I always appreciate the love. We'll be getting in touch soon. Yeah, it was like a week ago you told me that. Yeah, don't forget the idea. Enough time has passed, you might forget the damn idea. Distraught after the Cow Turds and Jaguars lost in the same week. That is Dedrick's teams, and they both lost. Big Ross the boss. I appreciate the super chat, my man. Thank you, Jared. To everyone in the chat. Get a bottle of business over pleasure. I don't think you want to pay what they're going for on eBay, my man. You ain't getting one of mine. You ain't getting one of my stock, one of my backups. Sorry. I got to keep a stock for myself, God forbid I have to go searching for one on eBay. That ain't going to happen. Subscribe to the Sports Desk podcast. Hell yeah. So we're finally at the bottom. Got my first bottle of Mercedes-Benz Eau de Toilette. It's better than the Discovery Tester Pack. It's awesome. It's very underrated, my man. Very underrated fragrance. Kind of a like Fahrenheit cologne kind of fragrance. Very fresh, citrus dominant. Still smells like Fahrenheit without the leather. It's really, really good stuff. But guys, I appreciate you. We've been a little over an hour and a half. Thank you all for being here again. Any sports fans, subscribe to the Sports Desk podcast. Apparently, Dedrick's going live in about 30 minutes. So Dedrick Hicks Jr., his fragrance channel, which is his name, is the fragrance channel. Definitely, we've given Dedrick a lot of love here today. Don't worry. Check's in the mail. He already sent it this way, right? So just playing. I hope you have a great stream, Dedrick. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much to everyone that dropped super chats and had some great conversation and just being candid and joking around and cracking jokes with me. I appreciate you guys. That's just not a thing, my man. Unfortunately, we released it as a one-time run, and we're just about to the end of the second round because we made more at the beginning of the year because it was almost done earlier in the year, but we made more, and we're getting to the point to where that's going to be pretty much gone soon. So if you were interested in getting anything from the second round, sooner than later. I'm not saying you got to get it today, but sooner than later for sure. But a fun live stream. I appreciate that, Kyler. So Lydia, thank you for being here. Everyone, thank you for being here. You all have a great rest of your day. Make sure to check out today's video. I'm pretty confident if you haven't seen it yet, it's going to be one you're going to get some joy out of for sure. That was a fun one. A very candid video, to say the least. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one.